Welcome to the An English Coffee Office. Today is Friday, February 6, and like every morning, David and Alex are at the coffee machine.
Morning, Alex. Thank goodness it is finally Friday.
Hey, David. You can say that again.
It has been one of those weeks, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I have been putting out fires since Monday morning.
Same here. My inbox is currently sitting at 500 unread emails.
Ouch, that sounds like a nightmare.
I am just going to ignore them until I have had at least 2 cups of coffee.
Solid strategy. I am on my second cup already.
You're ahead of the game. So, do you have a busy day ahead?
It is actually not too bad. I have a team meeting at 10, but then I need to catch up on some reports.
Nice. I have a client call in 30 minutes, so I need this caffeine to kick in fast.
Is it that big account you were talking about last week?
Yeah, the one in Chicago. Fingers crossed we can close the deal today.
Good luck. I am sure you will crush it.
Thanks. By the way, did you see the news this morning? I was reading USA Today on the train.
I skimmed the headlines, but I was mostly focusing on my podcast. What did I miss?
Well, Google just dropped a bombshell in the tech world. Did you hear about the Gemini home robot?
Wait, is that the domestic assistant thing? I thought that was just a rumor.
It is official now. USA Today published an article about it yesterday, February 5.
No way. What can it actually do?
Apparently, it is a fully autonomous robot for household chores. It can fold laundry, load the dishwasher, and even walk the dog.
You are kidding. It can actually walk a dog?
That is what the article says. It uses advanced AI to navigate streets and avoid obstacles.
That sounds incredible, but also a little bit creepy, to be honest.
Creepy? It sounds like a dream come true. Imagine never folding a shirt again.
I get the appeal, but having a robot walking around my house with cameras? I don't know.
You project managers are always so risk-averse. Think of the time you would save.
True, but how much does this thing cost? I bet it is not cheap.
The price tag is steep. It starts at $15,000.
Wow. $15,000? That is the price of a decent used car?
I know, right? But they say the price will drop in 2 or 3 years.
I think I will wait for the budget version. Or just keep doing my own laundry.
Suit yourself. As soon as I get my bonus, I am putting a deposit down.
I will believe it when I see it. Speaking of cars, did you see the piece in the New York Times about New York City?
The one about the traffic? Yeah, I saw that headline on Tuesday, February 2.
Exactly. They have officially implemented the congestion-free zones in Lower Manhattan.
That is huge. So no private cars at all below 14th Street?
Pretty much. Unless you are a resident or an emergency vehicle, you are banned between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m.
That is going to cause a riot. New Yorkers love their cars.
Actually, the article said that early polls show 60% support from locals.
Really? 60%? That is higher than I expected.
Well, think about it. Less noise, cleaner air, more space for pedestrians.
I guess. But for a sales guy like me, driving into the city for meetings just became impossible.
You would have to take the subway or a taxi. It is supposed to speed up public transport too.
I suppose. It reminds me of what they did in London a few years back, but more extreme.
It is definitely a bold move. The Times mentioned that other cities like Boston and Chicago are watching closely.
If it works there, it might become the new standard for urban planning.
Exactly. From a project management perspective, the logistics of implementing that must have been a headache.
Oh, for sure. Changing all those signs and traffic patterns, total chaos.
But if it reduces commute times by 20 minutes like they claim, it might be worth it.
Time is money, Alex. Time is money.
Speaking of money and resources, did you catch that story in the Wall Street Journal regarding the lithium deal?
Oh, the one between the U.S. and Mexico? Yeah, that was all over the news on Tuesday, February 3.
That is the one? U.S. and Mexico signed strategic lithium alliance. It is a pretty big deal.
I read that it is supposed to secure the supply chain for electric vehicle batteries.
Precisely. The US is investing $5 billion into Mexican mining infrastructure.
5 billion? That is a massive investment.
It is. But in exchange, US companies get exclusive access to 70% of the lithium produced.
That makes sense. With everyone switching to EVs, lithium is basically the new oil.
Exactly. The journal analysis said this could lower battery costs by 15% by 2028.
That is good news for my sales targets. Cheaper cars mean more customers.
It is also interesting geopolitically. It reduces reliance on imports from overseas.
True. It keeps the production closer to home. Less shipping, less risk.
It is all connected, isn't it? The robots, the traffic zones, the batteries.
It feels like the future is arriving all at once this week.
It really does. It is exciting, but also a lot to keep up with.
Tell me about it. I feel like I need an upgrade just to process the news.
Maybe that Gemini robot can read the news for you while it cooks dinner.
Now you are talking. Gemini, give me the market summary while you make my toast.
Just make sure it doesn't burn the toast while checking stock prices.
Ha! I would hope for $15,000 it knows how to use a toaster.
You never know with version 1.0 technology. I usually wait for the bugs to be fixed.
You are too practical, Alex. Sometimes you have to be an early adopter.
And sometimes being an early adopter means you end up with a very expensive paperweight.
Touché. But hey, if we close this Chicago deal, I might just risk it.
Well, let me know how the call goes. I want to hear all the details.
Will do. I am feeling good about it. The clients seem very interested in our new software package.
That is great. Just remember to mention the new support features we added.
Definitely. That is a major selling point. They were worried about downtime.
Exactly. If you reassure them about the 24-hour support, they will sign.
I will make sure to highlight that. Thanks for the tip.
Anytime. We need to keep the revenue flowing if you want to buy that robot.
Huh. You were right. I better get back to my desk and prep for the call.
Yeah. I should head back too. That 10 o'clock meeting isn't going to prep itself.
Good luck with the reports. Don't let the emails bury you.
I will try my best. Catch you later, David.
See you at lunch, Alex.
Time to get to work. Don't forget to subscribe and practice your English every day. You'll see how it just keeps getting better and better. See you tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic day.